What's up guys, Golfshane17 and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I cover all things golf. Today we're going to be looking at what I think is a very underrated driver, and it's the Wilson Cortex. So you can take a look at it. So I've been using this driver for the past 2 weeks and I just want to give my thoughts and my first impressions on the driver. So what I like about the club is that it goes back to the traditional head shape and color scheme. So even though there's quite a bit of carbon fiber implemented in the design, the actual club head is still fairly black, all black, and the alignment aid is quite small. So that means it's nothing too distracting when putting the driver down. What's also nice is that they include quite a nice tour spec shaft. So obviously including a tour spec shaft off the shelf really improves the performance of the club for every golfer, no matter the handicap or playing level. And yeah, so they've got the Fujikura Atmos, and it comes in the 3 different shafts. So you have your high launch, mid launch, and your low launch. So obviously they're catering for every single golfer out there, and that's quite nifty, and it's obviously brings out the best in their club, and obviously that's why I've seen quite a good performance all around with the club. Also, what's nice is that with the club there's a bit of customization involved, and I think this is where Wilson is stepping up their game, and that's why they can charge the same as a TaylorMade, Callaway and Strixon and so forth. It's because they've implemented the technology that you find in the top end drivers, and I think they're kind of stepping into that realm where you can find these clubs being played on tour. Obviously you have loft and lie adjustment. You can open it up as much as 2 degrees and bring it down as much as 2 degrees. The one I have at the moment is a 9 degrees, so if you're really quite a high ball launcher, you can bring it down to 7, and you can take it in the opposite spectrum as well and go all the way up to 11. And they've also included a weight trail, so you can slide it up and down depending on the ball trajectory you want at that time. Maybe in your round you're playing down at the coast and you needed to launch a bit lower, you bring the weights a bit forward. Bring the sense of gravity a bit closer to the club face, and if you maybe playing up here in Joburg and you need to launch it higher and get more carry out of it, you bring the trail down to the bottom, and then you obviously get optimum launch and spin rates. They've also included a weight system where you can, if you're struggling with your slice and you need to be more draw biased, you can put the heavier weight towards the end here where the draw is, and yeah, and then you have your neutral weight here. So if you like a neutral ball flight, you can have the heavier weight up here and the lighter weight towards the bottom where the draw setting is. So yeah, I think Wilson have kind of stepped up their game in terms of performance in the club. What I found is that for a player that swings it at the speed that I swing it at, I want it to feel stable but also feel like I have control over it, and I think that's where I feel that the carbon fiber and the lightness in the head really takes their driver to another level, and I feel that I'm getting quite a bit of distance and carry out of it, and it doesn't feel like I'm losing that much when comparing it to what I'm currently using, which is a TaylorMade M2 with the Tour AD shaft in it. So I think that this can definitely stand up against the bigger brands in the game, and yeah, I think this is definitely one of the most underrated drivers in 2019. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you at the next one.